too, and there's a story you are going to comment on. Justice Scalia, the most conservative justice on the Supreme Court and a hero of mine, says the right to bear arms could be restricted legally, and I agree with him. And in fact, he must be listening to the Savage Nation, because after the massacre in Colorado in the movie theater, I went on this radio program and I said, unless we conservatives call for some restrictions such as barrel magazines, body armor, the left is going to seize the day, and they're going to wind up doing much more than we would do. Scalia came out ahead of it. He says the right to bear arms could be restricted legally. And he says that the Second Amendment limited the type of weapons people could carry, even in those colonial days. There are some limitations. He says because at the time the Constitution was drafted, he said there were restrictions. For example, there was a law that barred the people in those days from carrying a really horrible weapon like a battle axe just to scare people. And he's right. We have to limit certain weapons, which we do. You understand that? Scalia says the right to bear arms could be restricted legally. I agree with him. Now, some would say, oh, he's a liberal. You're wrong. Unless you understand that no freedom is absolute. No freedom is absolute. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater, for example. You can't carry a machine gun. It's illegal. You understand that? There are no absolute freedoms in this country. Justice Scalia wants some limitations on arms compatible with the Second Amendment. Mayor Bloomberg says we're locking up baby formula. Here's a man who says medical marijuana good, baby formula bad. Medical marijuana good, baby formula bad. Soda bad. Unlimited amounts, Jeroboams of wine are not banned, because apparently the mayor would serve Jeroboams of wine at his dinner parties. For those of you who don't know what a Jeroboam is, look it up. It's an extremely large bottle of wine. It's not the fifth size that you're used to in a liquor store. A Jeroboam is much larger. People buy it for the sake of economy. Even if it's expensive Bordeaux wine, you want to buy it in the Jeroboam size because it's more economical than in the smaller bottle size, the way people buy big sodas at ball games to economize. You buy a 32-ounce soda, you split it with someone. It's cheaper than buying two 16s. Now the same mayor is saying, you know what? I want to limit the amount of baby formula that they get so they are encouraged to breastfeed. As I say, of course, breastfeeding is more desirable.